Yo, what's going on, guys? Evan Tanaka here, back with another video. Today's video is a different video. I haven't done any type of video of this in the past before. I don't know what I'm going to call it, but it's me along the lines of rating your guys' team and giving your squads improvements. So basically how it works, you guys may have seen from bigger YouTubers like Ty Debo, DBG. They do these type of series where I get my people who follow me on TikTok or YouTube or just people who I talk to. You guys send me your teams and I'm going to rate them 1 through 10, and then I'm going to give suggestions and improvements I think for your team to make the best team you can possible. So if you do want to be a part of these videos in the future, all you got to do is message me either on TikTok, Twitter at EvanTanaka10, or my Instagram at Evan_Tanaka10. And for TikTok, what you can do is just when I post a video saying like send me your guys' teams, then just comment below on that team that I want to be in the video, and then I'll message you on Twitter or on somewhere else, and we can get that sorted out. So TikTok at EvanTanaka2K, YouTube EvanTanaka, and Twitter EvanTanaka10. So for the first person we have here is Smalls, and we have Smalls on Twitter. So he sent in his team. Okay, it's a little blurry, but I made sure every team was in 2KDB just because it's easier to look at. So this is his team right here. So he's got Seth Curry at the 1, Ron Boone at the 2, Cam Reddish at the 3, Al Horford at the 4, Rudy Gobert at the 5. This is his bench. Again, we got a lot of teams to go through, so I'm going to go as slow as possible and take as much time as I can, but I can't just sit here for like 25 minutes each team and, fully go into the teams. But I'm going to give my suggestions possible for this team. So rating-wise, out of 10, solid team. You got some solid cards. You got Gary Harris, you got Lou Dort, you got Ron Boone, you got Cam Reddish, you got Gobert. I would give this a 6 out of 10. I would give this team a 6 out of 10. Let me just make it what your lineup would be. So it'd probably be Lou Dort. It'd probably be Cam. Oh, hold on. It'd probably be Lou Dort. It'd probably be Gary Harris. And then it'd probably be Michael Porter Jr. And then, wait, I had it Michael Porter Jr. And then it'd probably be Lauri Markkanen. So that'd be your backup bench, I guess you could say. So first thing I want to do to improve this is I want to try to improve your backup point guard in Muggsy Bogues, because I'm not the biggest fan of Muggsy Bogues. So my suggestion for point guard is one of the token market point guards. So if you can get to the Ruby token market, which I think is very, very easy to do, and I think you're pretty close because I can already see you got 2 token reward market cards. So if you can get to Ruby, get either get Ron Harper or Devontae Graham. I think that'll be a good, I'd put them at starting, but that'd be a good place to go for your backup point guard. I'll put them to starting, but out of those two, for your team, I'd probably take Ron Harper. You need a bit more defense on your team, so we're going to take Ron Harper here. Guys, I forgot to mention as well, he has 11K MT. Is that what he said? He said 11K, right? 11K MT. Okay, so he's got 11K MT. So that's what we got to work with. So we're going to try to use as many reward cards as I can because, again, I don't know if this guy wants to do domination, is going to do domination. I have no idea. So if you are doing domination, then there's Draymond Green, Ibaka, right? So it's like, well, if you get the tokens, right? Because you'll get tokens, then you can get Kyrie. But it's like, I don't know if he's getting that stuff. And then Ron Boone, I'd put to backup point guard. Okay, Seth Curry's out of the team. Lou Dort, I like. I'm probably going to put Gary Harris at the starting shooting guard. So I like these first 3. Just got to replace his power forward, and I like Gobert. I like Gobert, to be honest. So I'm just going to get rid of Al Horford. We need a good power forward. So let me think of this power forward, and I'll tell you guys what power forward I think he should use. I'm going to go with this Bogdanovic card. I think he's a pretty solid card. I did like this card when I used him. And for your bench, I'm going to move Lou Dort to the 2. And we're probably going to bring in a small forward here. Who did I think of? I was thinking about, I think he was from Primetime. What was his name? Oh yeah, Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder from the packs that just dropped. So I see you pick up Jay Crowder. So far you spent... Okay, let me see how much Bogdan is. I'll tell you the price of Bogdan right now. So Bogdan Bogdanovic, right now when I'm making the videos, around 2,000 MT. So now we got 9,000 left. Jay Crowder, I'll tell you how much he is. Jay Crowder looks to be around 3,000 MT. So now we spent 5K MT, so we got 6K to work with. So this is his starting lineup. I think his starting lineup is perfectly fine. Bench-wise, again, if you can, Evo this Gary Harris, because Gary Harris becomes a demon when you Evo him. His Evo is very easy to do. I'm going to get rid of these last 3 because, I mean, you don't really use your last 3 anyways. So these just be gold cards. I do like Lauri Markkanen at the 5, so I'm going to keep him. So the only position I say you get rid of is you got 6K to work with the power forward. So let me think of the power forward and I'll get back to you here. Okay, so yeah, Siakam is around 8K. So I'd put him at backup thing. So now let me just reconstruct your team because I didn't really go into detail. So let me do this real quick. So I'm going to put Ron Boone at starting point guard because he's the better point guard. Gary Harris is really good. We're going to keep him at Amethyst. Jay Crowder's really good, but I want to make sure the teams are balanced. So I'll probably run something like if we run this, let me see. So if we put Siakam over here, like that's your best starting lineup. Like these are your best 5. That's your best point guard, best shooting guard, your best small forward, your best power forward, and best center. But let me see, because you got defense there, defense. You got scoring. Okay, so I like this team a lot. because you got good scoring and these guys can all score the ball. You got 2 really good defenders though. You got a decent shooter there. So yeah, this is your team. I really like this team a lot. I'm pretty sure I stayed under the budget. He's 6K, he's 3K, and he's 2K. So that comes out to around 11K, which you told me you have. You have Gobert, you have Lauri Markkanen, and Lou Dort. You have people that can sell for stuff, like Gary Harris is like 8K, and Crowder's, you have MT, right? So this is what team I would give for you. That's gonna be my suggestions. If you want to take them, you can take them. If not, then you don't have to. But I think it's a really solid team. Yeah, so Smalls, thank you for submitting your team. So now let's go on to the next team. Next team is from here, my boy Nick. I know him. He comes in my streams. He was in my stream yesterday. So his name, I guess, I don't know really how to say it, but it's NYCCL. Again, he messaged me on Twitter. So he messaged me and he said he had this team and a little bit over 100K. So I put it into 2KDB. So we have 100K to work with. So Kyrie Irving at the 1, I do like. Ray Allen, I do not like. So I'm going to get rid of Ray Allen. I'm going to move Dallas to the 2. And then for 3, he told me he just got Carmelo Anthony today. So he's got Carmelo Anthony. So here we go with Carmelo Anthony. I told him to sell Chris Bosh, right? And now I'm going to pick up LeBron. So if he picks up LeBron here, just the regular LeBron, he sells Chris Bosh, who's around 100K. And he has 100K right now. Now he has 200K to work with. So now we're at 200K to work with when we sell Bosh. But now we're buying LeBron, who's around 150 to 180. So now we only got, let's say, 30 to 50K left to work with. We're going to get rid of Kawhi, move Glenn to the 4. And then he has Carr as well. So we're going to put Emma Carr here. And honestly, that's his team, and he's got 30 to 50K plus Kawhi. So he's got around, at the most, he's got 100K MT, but he's probably got 7 to 80K MT. Also, I forgot to rate his squad at the start. His squad's honestly at the start was like a 9 or an 8.5. It was a really, really good team. But now I think his team is absolutely perfect. He's got Kyrie, Dale Ellis, Carmelo Anthony, LeBron James, Dikembe Mutombo. A really, really good starting lineup. I'm not the biggest fan of Kyrie, but I think he is. So honestly, that's really, really good. And then bench, you got Allen Iverson, James Harden, both really good scores. Then you got your lock in Emil Carr. You got Glenn Robinson, who's an overall good player, can score, shoot, rebound, pass, ball, everything you do. And then he's got inside inbuilt Chamberlain. So this team I really, really do like. Stays under budget. Honestly, left him a good amount of MT as well. So yeah, thank you, Nick, for sending in your team. This is the suggestions I would give you. On to the next team. Squad number 3, I'm going to remember to rate. So I'm going to rate the squad right now, and I'll tell you who it is and who's, what he said. So this team, the way he's got it scheduled or rearranged, I'd definitely play Crowder over Marcus Johnson. Josh Giddey, Cam Reddish, Luka. It's tough. It's a tough one. I'm not the biggest fan of Vin Baker. Boucher is okay. Your starting lineup is pretty good. Dan Pierce should not be playing the 1. I will make adjustments. I'm just saying. So this team probably right now is probably a 7. I'd give the team a 7. It has really good players. It's not really constructed very well. So I'm going to move some players around. And honestly, this team will be really, really good. So this team's around a 7, I would say, from the start. And his name was Pulse. So it's this guy. He didn't tell me how much MT, I think. I don't think he told me. But I see in the top right of his screen, he's got 25K MT. So I'm just going to give myself 25K to MT to work with. If he has more, then he has more. But I'll keep my budget with that. So first thing I'm doing is putting Lou Dampier to the 1 as backup. I'm keeping Luka at the backup 2. I think he's not bad. I don't think he's good, but you know what? For his team, I think it's okay. Now, we need a shooting guard, and so Luka will probably play at the backup 2. Jeff Green, I do like at the starting 4. Or Bach, I like at the starting 4. We're not playing Vin Baker. We're not playing Boucher. We're not playing Marcus Johnson. We're not playing Giddey. And we're not playing Cam Reddish. So we need a starting shooting guard, a backup 4, and a backup 5. And then maybe we'll move around the team to work better. So let me go think of this starting shooting guard. I'm going to go Gary Harris. And then Evo him, of course. So his Ruby card, let me see on the auction house. By the way, I got my screen up top. So we're going to put in Gary Harris. I'm on my Xbox going through the players and looking through. Again, because I haven't thought about these teams before I looked at them. I just started looking at them right now. So Gary Harris, I think you can get him for around 5 KMT, maybe 4.5. Let me look real quick. So Gary Harris is 5K. Again, I'm going to tell you to Evo him, but, his Evo is very, very simple. So 5K spent, so we have 20K to work with to get a backup 4 and a backup 5. I think I have an ideas, but let me just go look one last time. With 20K to work with, this is what I would do. I would go Darius Miles. He's really, really solid. He's around 11, 10 KMT. So now we've got around, let's just say 9K to work with. I'm just going to buy Gobert. I'm not going to tell you the price because I definitely know he's less than, not this one, but the other one I know is definitely less than 9 KMT. So this is your team I would run with. If you really want to replace Luka for someone like a Lou Dort or something, you can, because I'm not the biggest fan of Luka, so I'll just put Dort. I like Dort as well. So there you go. You got Dort as a second option instead if you don't like Luka. But I like your point guards. I like your starting shooting guard. I like your small forward. I like your power forward. I like your center. I like your backup small forward, your power forward, and your center. The only position I'm not the biggest fan of is Luka, so that might be a position you may need to work on by yourself. But I did give you Lou Dort. to work with there. Again, I'm pretty sure I stayed under the budget. This team looks very, very solid to me. Just needed a bit more moving around, get rid of Vin Baker, Boucher, get rid of Louis Dampier, put him to the backup one, get rid of Ron Harper. A bunch of other stuff I just moved around. I think this team is really, really solid. You got 2 good scorers up here. You got a lock. You got an all-around. It's kind of like the guy's team we just looked at, that Nick guy. He's got the 2 good, like his bench was AI Harden, right? 2 good scores. Then he had his lock in MLK, and then he had Jeff Green, who's like Glenn Robinson, all around. He had rebound, pass, shoot, create for himself a little bit. So yeah, I really, really do like this team. Thank you for Pulse. I don't know your name. I guess we can call you Pulse. Thank you for sending in your team. On to the next team. Next team is sent in by Crips. He comes to the streams a bunch. Shout out Crips. He is someone on Twitter. His name is Crips though. He didn't tell me how much MT he has. It says 50k in the top right, 48k. I asked him if it was 50k, but he didn't respond. So we're just gonna say he has 50k to work with. This team honestly is really, really good already. Like I could just leave this team. Like I'm gonna say this team's an 8.5. This team is really, really solid. But if he has 50k to work with, I think I can make some pretty big adjustments. But this team already is really, really solid. Just a few players I might want to get rid of. Starting with Boucher and Mitchell Robinson, I think there's better options you can get. And honestly, I think I'm keeping everybody else. Cam Reddish, you could get a better player, but I do like Cam Reddish. I think I'm just going to get Miles because, again, Miles is really, really solid. And I think for center, I'm going to go with Rodman. I think you can pick up Rodman. I think you have enough MT. I've heard this Rodman is really, really solid. Rodman is, I sold my Rodman for about 17k. So 17k plus 10, so you got 27k there. So I spent about half of your MT. You still got, a lot of MT to spend. Evo this card. I'd probably move him here, though. I'd probably put Tyler Steppen at the 3, though. But honestly, I do really like this team. If you want to pick up a guy like Fred, if you don't like Boone or Kyrie, Fred's really solid as well. You could pick up a guy like Fred. I recommend trying to get ML Carr could be a really, really good backup small forward for you instead of Gary Harris because he's a really good lock. Again, try to get Glenn. I know Glenn's tough to get for some people, but Glenn would help your team a bunch. But yeah, so this is my team. I'll get rid of these last 3 guys, but those are 3 guys I recommend you try to get. But this team is very, very solid. I really, really like this team. So thank you for Crips for sending in his team. On to the next team. Next team comes in here, Myteam, Maniac, or I don't know how to say that really. But honestly, again, a really, really nice looking team. This is his team. He sent it to me on Twitter at, it was from this one. This is his second account or something. He kind of messed up where he sent it from. He's 230 KMT, and this is his team. So that was Crips' team. Let's go to his team. So his team, honestly, again, really, really solid right off the bat. I like Josh Smith. I like Wilt. I like Carr. I like Harden. I like Kyrie. I like Fred. I like Gary Harris. I like Spippen. Like, honestly, like low-key, I could say, you know what? Fuck, it's a dub team. I'm going to go with the 9 rating. This team is really, really solid. I'm going to spend some time right now. I got 230 KMT. Now, if you want to go big upgrades, this is what I would do. Like, if you want to spend a good amount of your MT, I would get LeBron, move him to the starting 3, sorry. And then run Carr at the 3, get rid of Pippen, and get, obviously, if you can, try to get Glenn. Here, I'll put Glenn over here. Again, if you could try to get Glenn, that would be very nice. But again, I'm going to go with Darius Miles. Again, I really, really like this card. So, honestly, again, LeBron James is going to a lot of your MT, Darius Miles. We're going to get rid of Rick Smith. We're going to keep Glenn. I'll give you some other options here because, again, I like your starting lineup. If this is your starting lineup, I think it's a perfect starting lineup. So, I recommend you try to get LeBron. And then I'm going to, honestly, Gary Harris, really solid. Again, even to Amethyst, Carr, Miles. Like, again, a really, really solid team. I don't really know where to help you here. There's nobody you can really pick up. This team is very, very solid. I would just recommend getting LeBron, selling Pippen, getting Carr. Wait, did you have? Yeah, no, you had Carr, right? Let me see. You had Carr, right? Yeah, no, you had Carr. Okay. So just make sure I didn't fuck up. You had Carr. Okay, so I would try to get Glenn, put Glenn instead of Miles. That would be a perfect team. You don't have to spend MT on Miles. That would be such an insanely looking team. But, oh, wait, hold on. Actually, no. Sorry. You got a good amount of MT. You got a good amount of MT. We're going Donovan Mitchell. Sorry. Because some people, they didn't have the most MT, but you actually have a good amount of MT. We're definitely going to slot in Donovan Mitchell. Crips, we could also have done the same. I'm actually going to go back Crips. If you're still listening, I'm going to put in the same Donovan Mitchell. If you can afford him, definitely go for him. But honestly, Crips, your team is good if you're still listening. Your team is very good. But for you, my team, Maniac, whatever, I don't know. I might be pronouncing that completely wrong. I would pick up Donovan Mitchell, LeBron, and I'm going to put Darius Miles here because, again, if you don't have Glenn, you probably don't want to go for Glenn because you're probably like pissed off you didn't get him already. So I'm just going to throw him up there. But honestly, so he's around 30K. He's around 150, so that's 180. So I'm spending about 200K. So again, if you don't want to pick up Donovan Mitchell, you want to keep Gary Harris and keep Gary Harris. If you don't want to pick up LeBron, you could put Scottie Pippen right there, and that team looks really good as well. Darius Miles, I recommend you pick up. I recommend you at least pick up Donovan Mitchell and LeBron. If you don't want to pick up Darius Miles and you want to, I don't know, find another budget power forward, go for it. But I really like the look of this team now. So yeah, thank you, my team, Maniac, for sending in your team. On to the next team. Next team here is from T-Talk 2K. He sent his team from Twitter, I'm pretty sure. Yep, he sent his team from Twitter, and he has 250K, so a good amount of MT as well. This is the team right now. So honestly, rating out of 10 to start, I really like this team a lot. I'm going to give it a 8.5 out of 10. I'm going to get rid of these last three guys because, again, these last three guys do not play. First suggestion is get rid of Harris and put in Mitchell. I'm a big fan of Donovan Mitchell. So if you have MT, I recommend you pick up this Donovan. I didn't spell it right or something. Donovan. Didn't spell it right again. There we go. So Daryl Griffith, you know, he is solid. You do have Glenn, which is very nice. You have 230K to work with? 250K to work with. Okay. So again, I'm a huge fan of LeBron. So what I would do is get LeBron. I know I keep giving the same goddamn player for these guys who got a lot of MT, but LeBron is really solid. He's going to help you win a lot of games. I'd move Glenn here. Sorry, LeBron there. I move Glenn to here. And now we're gonna put Darius Miles at backup small forward. So I'll give you a bit more size on the bench because you got two smaller guards. So I'm gonna give you some good size off the bench. Gobert, I like, he's fine. So now we spent about 150K here, 180K. So you got about 60 to 70K left. We got Donovan Mitchell as well. So we spent about 30K MT. Sorry, 200K MT. You had Darius Miles, right? Yeah, you had Darius Miles. So honestly, I think what I'm gonna do is just put Griffith back in the lineup. I do like Griffith a lot. You only have 50K to work with. I want you to keep some of your MT. So I'd probably run this. This team's looking very nice. Again, you got your two really good scorers. You got your lock. You got a guy who can do everything. You know, score, pass, rebound, assist. And you got Serge, who's a good popper. You got inside, and then everybody else can shoot. So I really like this team a lot. Other suggestions, maybe. I mean, you could go Harris if you want to go cheaper. He's really solid. I know you had him in your lineup. Markkanen, if you want a popper off the bench instead of Gobert, I would go Lauri Markkanen. He's really solid as well. But yeah, that's my suggestions for your team. Your team is really solid coming into this. But yeah, I really like this team. So let's get on to the last team of the video. Last team comes in from my boy Crony. He sent it to me on Instagram, so I can't really show his Instagram because I'm not going to spend the time to pull it up. Because, you know, fuck you, Crony. I'm kidding, but yeah, no, anyway. So his team right off the bat, is just how I'd rearrange it. Probably, again, not using the last three players, and these players aren't going to play. This team, I would give probably a 7.5. I like a couple of these players. I do not like most of these players. But yes, I give Crony's team a 7.5. So now, let me rearrange it. So to start, Marquise Johnson probably coming off the bench. I'm not the biggest fan of this guy. Also, Crony only has, how much MT does he have? Let me check, okay? So Crony's got about 115K, so that's perfect to work with. I'm going to move Marquise Johnson to the bench. I'm going to get rid of Tim Hardaway Jr., but I'll probably bring him back in. We're going to go with Donovan Mitchell. Again, Donovan Mitchell is really good. If you got the MT, I definitely recommend you go for him. I'm probably going to bring back in, who did we just take out? Tim Hardaway Jr. So Tim Hardaway Jr., going to put him back in. Get rid of Marquise Johnson, pick up Gary Harris. I really like this Gary Harris card as well. I'd probably pick up Fred VanVleet. He's dropped in price. He's only about 25-30K now. So we spent about, you know, 60K, maybe 65 with him. So honestly, really good team there. Sarge, I do not like. Boucher, I do not like. So we need to work on your bench, centers, and power forwards. So I'm gonna pick up Markkanen, a good popper. He's pretty big, and then we're gonna go Miles. Again, really like this Darius Miles card. Now I think this team, I'd probably move Fred there. Boone, yeah, I really like this team. Yep, I do like this team a lot. Yeah, so Crony, this is the team I would suggest to you. It should definitely be under your budget. This team is really solid. Make sure you evo Gary Harris when you get him. I try to give you another suggestions if you really want. You could let guy Josh Smith over Miles. If you want to spend all of your MT, Josh Smith is really solid. Pretty expensive though, but if you don't buy Miles and you want to spend most of your MT, I'd pick up Josh Smith. He's really solid. But I like your team a lot. I like all your guys' teams a lot. So we'll go quickly again. Smalls, this is your team. This is who I'd pick up for you. You can pause on the screen. And then Nick, we already talked about this, but this is your team. And then Pulse, this would be my recommendations for your team. Go through, pause, look at your team, see what updates I made if you missed it or anything. But this is what I'd recommend for Crips. And then for Myteam Maniac, this is what I'd recommend as well. And for T-Talk 2K, that's what you said, I think. This would be my recommendations for your team. Pause the screen, look at those. And lastly, we just talked about Crony, so you should have seen Crony, but this is my recommendations for your team. I think all your teams were decently to start at the start. Some teams are better than the other, but I think at the end, all of the teams are pretty much the same, except for a few people like Nick had a really overpowered team, but all the other teams were pretty much the same. I think I've made them all to about the same standard. They're all really, really good teams now. I think every team I talked about in this video can go on Unlimited and compete against some of the best teams in the game. So yeah, let me know if you guys want to see more of these videos. I really think they're really fun to make. I think they're fun for you guys to see your teams get rated and improved. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.